Ashley, Franklin, and I, we made up the child abuse unit. He left us. We miss him very much. But so yes, served in that capacity. I started in the DA's office in 2018. Prior to that, I was in private practice. I worked at the firm of Ritchie, Dillard, Davies, and Johnson, which now I think has a new name that I won't try and pronounce. But I did defense work for a few years, and then went and worked at the DA's office. So I think that I have a lot of similar things to say that Emily and Franklin said. All of these candidates, I have worked with them very closely. They're all amazing. Knox County will definitely be well served with anybody who is putting their name in. I do want to take a moment, I guess, to give you a little bit of my background. I will tell you that this is one of the first times that I've ever maybe told some of this in a live forum, so I apologize if it takes me a minute to get it out. So I am from Kingsport, Tennessee. It's about 2 hours east of here. Yeah, East Bend, right? Hey, I think we bonded over this before. So about 2 hours east of here, from a very, very small town, kind of right outside of Kingsport, called Sullivan Gardens. Grew up with my mom and my brother. Growing up, I did not think that I wanted to be an attorney because I never thought I'd go to college. That was just something that didn't happen in my family. We were very, very poor. It actually led to us being homeless at 16, and I had a child at 18. And so in my mind, law school, college, none of that was in the cards for me. I do not advocate for teen pregnancy in any way, shape, or form, but I will tell you that it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me personally. I had my first son. His name is Jared. He was born with a very rare brain disease. Tell you, first time. So he was born with a very rare brain disease, and let me get through it. So, never even thought I'd take him home. I got 7 wonderful years with that boy. He is the reason that I decided to try harder in life because he fought every single day just to be alive. Whew, I swear I'm gonna get through it. So he fought every single day just to be here, and I thought I'm going to better myself for this reason. So I went to ETSU. I got in to ETSU. Actually thought that I was going to be super ambitious and go to medical school at first. Took organic chemistry. Had never worked so hard for a C in my entire life.
I just worked hard for a D.
Right. Hey, a C was a 53 on the curve, if that tells you anything. So I went to my advisor. They said, hey, if you're going to go to medical school, you're going to have to retake this. I said, point me to the registrar's office. I changed my major to political science with a minor in legal studies. I did fall in love with the law at that time. I went to law school. My son that I was talking about a moment ago, he actually passed away my second year of law school. But he was my biggest inspiration. He is the reason that I do everything even standing in front of you today. Because he fought every single day just to exist, and so I owe it to him to do everything I do. Okay, so circling back, law school. I attended the University of Tennessee College of Law, graduated cum laude. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think that's how you say it. I now, circling around, I now teach at the law school as well. So in addition to being an assistant district attorney, I also am an adjunct professor at the law school. I teach trial practice. This will be my 4th year, I think. Yeah, 4th year. teaching that. That class is second and third year law students. They're given a fictional criminal problem at the beginning of the semester, and then by the end of the semester, they're expected to do a complete mock trial. So I absolutely love that position. I love teaching future lawyers what it is to try a case. I will tell you, doing trials is my favorite thing as an attorney. I've tried almost 50 jury trials, ranging, again, like Emily said, ranging all the way from DUI to first-degree murder, felony murder. Actually, Ashley and I are quite the trial team. Franklin and I are quite the trial team. If you look at our applications, one of my best cases was against Franklin, and one of his best cases was against me. So you're going to have that dynamic there. As far as being a judge, I've had several people ask me, once I decided to actually put my name in for the appointment, I've had several people ask me, why do you want this? Why do you want to do this? And I know that it is incredibly unartful to say, but I think I would be very good at it. And that's the best way I know to put it. I have practiced in many courts across East Tennessee, and I know what it means to have a judge that their temperament is right, that they are listening to both sides and not, pre-assuming anything about either side. I have seen the importance of that, both from the defense side and from the prosecution side. And I think that my experience, not only my legal experience, but my life experience in general, gives me the ability to be able to do that. And so, like Judge Sarney said, one of the big things that I think that we have got to deal with is the drug problem and mental health problem. That is huge. I love that we have these resources available to people. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people that they gotta go to jail, right? I mean, they do things and you gotta go to jail. I have seen addiction in my family. A lot of members of my family have dealt with it. I have seen that I've dealt with mental health disorders in my family. I've seen the impact that has on everybody. And I love that here in Knox County, we do have those resources for people. I think that that's something that's very important. I would love to expand upon that if appointed. Another thing that I think absolutely, in my mind anyway, is one of the big things that all courts in general have to deal with is efficiency. The time that it takes from when a crime is committed to when you finally get to either a plea or a jury trial, unfortunately, takes a long time. And sometimes there's no bearing on either side. Sometimes that just happens. If appointed, I would obviously make sure to hold to plea deadlines, hold both sides accountable for making sure that the cases get tried. And I think that is fair for not only victims, but for defendants as well. And so that is something that is very important to me. If I were to be appointed to this position, is making sure that we get cases moving, that we get to a resolution one way or another in a decent amount of time. That way that victims are not waiting too long for their cases to be disposed of, but also that making sure that defendants aren't waiting too long. Again, I cannot say enough about all the people who also will be putting their names in. I think that Knox County, no matter who ends up getting appointed, is going to be in very good hands. I appreciate you all giving me the time tonight. Obviously, if you have any questions or concerns for me, please let me know. Thank you.